our New York Mets. 2 out of 3 of us love these New York Mets, so I guess that makes them ours. Ace, best pitcher in the world. Maybe best pitcher in baseball history. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe best pitcher ever. I mean, maybe he's trending that way.
But right now he is not doing any pitching. He exits his start against the Arizona Diamondbacks in the 5th inning after weaving another gem with right side tightness. It is different than the oblique strain that kept him out of a start against the Cardinals that was eventually actually rained out. So he will be missing at least 10 games as he's put on the 10-day IL. Trouble in New York. The Mets pitching has been good. Aside from DeGrom, the only major hiccups have been 2 bad starts from David Peterson and Joey Lucchese's, Joey Lucchese's, hey, it begins with J. His ERA north of 12. His ERA north of 12. So, the Mets pitching has been decent. You'll see Lucchese, maybe a Jordan Yamamoto, who started 32 games for the Marlins just 2 seasons ago, back in 2019. I think if you're going to get hurt, now is the time to be hurt. Jacob DeGrom has shown that nothing will stop him from being the best pitcher in baseball other than a Mickey Mouse season, giving his Cy Young to Trevor Bauer. And I'm not concerned about this. My concern level is a 0. The Mets are 13-2 when they score more than 4 runs. And now that, Donnie Stevenson has been outed as Pete Alonso, I am not concerned in the slightest. I think the Mets will keep on rolling. DeGrom will step back feeling healthy, and they'll be able to weather his absence with no issues.
And I just think one of the biggest things also that, Packy's finally hitting. We made the trade. We bought in Packy from Cleveland. Great shortstop, great with the glove, ball skills, tremendous. Probably the best defensive shortstop in baseball, but we need this man to hit, and he's finally hitting. That's the key. If Packy hits, this team will win. You just said, man, 4 runs. And basically, if we score more than 4 runs, we're not losing games. The way this lineup is constructed, there's no way this lineup should be – we should be averaging at least 6 runs a game. At least 6 runs a game. With the way this lineup is constructed and the type of talent up and down this lineup, there's no reason why they shouldn't be scoring. Even when fucking DeGrom is in the lineup, when DeGrom is in the lineup, they should be scoring more because DeGrom is good for at least 2. He's good for at least 2 by himself when he's hitting. That means everybody else.
Best hitting pitcher in baseball.
He's the best hitting pitcher in baseball. Honestly, I would before this injury.
Shohei, let's give Shohei his respect.
He's okay. I will give Shohei his respect until Shohei tears his arm 2 months from now. But because what's going to happen. It happens every season. It's going to happen. I like what I see from this team though. DeGrom, right. It's better that it's happening now than it's happening. If this was happening in September, I would be shitting bricks. But the fact that it's happening right now, it's perfect timing. The team gets to, we get to back on track. We kind of get to see what this team is made of without DeGrom because, I think DeGrom is like the safety blanket. The team kind of, when they're in the batter's box, they kind of, they take a day off from hitting because they think like, we only got to score 1 because he's not going to let them score any. And then, once they end up scoring run on some bullshit, somebody makes an error. And then, they give up a run and it's like, well, fuck, now we're going to get shut out unless he, put some runs on the board. So I think this is good. They're getting sense of urgency and, I think they're going to start hitting, but I do like what I'm seeing. Packy's finally hitting, so shout out to Team Puerto Rico. We need Packy to hit. If Packy hits, there's no reason why we can't win this division and probably be the favorite to win the whole thing. I mean, listen, if there's one thing that history says, the Dodgers are the favorite to win the National League, unless they play the Mets. We are the buzzsaw. They don't beat us, whether it's 2015, 2006, 2000, 1999. It doesn't matter. When they run into us, it does. Their season's over, and they know it.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement. I'm definitely pro Jeff McNeil and Francisco Lindor fighting in the in the dugout. I don't know if y'all are buying the rat raccoon nonsense.
Oh no!
But hey, man,
no.
Hey man, fisticuff between boys. You know who is not getting into fight with the boys every once in a while. You know, sometimes you just got to square it up to settle your differences, and it happens on live TV in the middle of a game. You know, it just is what it is.
Or on a podcast.
Or a podcast. So, you know, I'm all about it. If it means that they're hitting, you know, that's fine by me. Hit each other, then go hit baseballs. You know, the 86 Mets won a title. They hated each other, and they did a shit ton of cocaine. So if that's what it takes, win me a title. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Just go out and play some baseball. And, you know, this doesn't register much.
Real Take Sports ENT does not condone the latter part of that previous statement.
Yeah, we do. We do.
No, Andrew Hohenstein does not speak for Real Take Sports ENT.
So you know, it's precautionary. If it was, you know, the MRI came back clean. That's what I cared about. If they're, you know, giving him 2 starts off just to make sure that he can, you know, recover, fine. I'm all about it. But because the MRI came back clean, this doesn't register with me. I don't mind giving Lucchesi or Yamamoto 2 starts. You know, I'm waiting on Cookie Carrasco to come on back. We got Thor waiting in the wings. The Mets have plenty of pitching depth to get through this. The bullpen's been fire. And as long as the game ends with Timmy Trumpet and Edwin Diaz, then I don't give a fuck.
No, I'm telling you. And that's the biggest thing, too, is I don't think people realize that, you know, before Edwin came, Edwin was a stud in Seattle. Everybody knew that. Edwin was, you know, arguably one of the best closers, probably the best closer in baseball when he was in Seattle. Then he comes to New York, and I don't know why, for some fucked up reason, he changes his entrance song. Now, baseball is a game of retaliation, and baseball is also a game of superstition. And one thing you don't do, you do not fuck with you don't fuck with the energy out in the universe. You don't do that. So he changed his song. He came here and he was fucking atrocious. People were like, what the fuck? This guy sucks. Get this guy out of here. And we were actually 2 years ago, we were petitioning. There were people petitioning on Twitter with the New York Mets to have him change his song back to Timmy Trump, back to Narco. We wanted Narco and we wanted Azuquita by Steve Aoki. We wanted him to change it back because we knew that's the only way we were going to get prime Edwin. And when he did, now we're getting Edwin 100 miles an hour, 101. He's blowing guys away with his fastball, his slider. That's all he's got. But still, he's blowing guys away. Harper, do you remember the game against Philly when he blew Harper away with that 101 mile an hour fastball? That's the fucking Edwin we need to see. And the only way we're going to get that is he cannot fuck around with his entrance song. I'm telling you, man, it's all about the song. Baseball, it's all about the song placement. It's all about the song placement. That's a major part of baseball. So we're hoping Edwin doesn't decide to fuck around with the song anymore. I think Big Steve had a lot to do with it. I think Big Steve, because Big Steve is an analytical guy, Big Steve did go back in. He went back to the archives and he saw, hey, man, listen, I'm your boss now. I saw you did the best. You had your best years career-wise when these were your entrance songs. As you know, the song placement is a very big part of this game. Let's try this. Edwin obliged, and now he's a stud again. So I'm happy to see it. And knowing that we get Edwin as that stud out of the back end of the bullpen, that's perfect because, as you know, starting pitching and your bullpen can either make or fucking break every game you're in. And if your bullpen can hold down the fort after your studs give you gems of a start, and your studs know that they can come out and they can hand the ball off to a guy like Castro, who's going to get 3, going to get 6 outs, and then Edwin's going to come in to Timmy Trumpet and strike everybody out with his 101 mile an hour fastball. That's what the fuck I like to see. And once again, another reason why the New York Mets, if they start hitting, should be the favorite to win the division. And once they get to the playoffs, knock off the Dodgers. I pray the Cardinals don't get there because we don't do good with them, but praying we don't see the Cardinals, we should get to the World Series and probably win it.
Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.